Hello, I'm Benny Westside, and welcome to my spoiler talk of what if the Avengers assembled in 1608, 1604, 08, anyway, 17th century. Um, so this is the 8th episode, penultimate episode of season 2 of What If, and we're leading into clearly a big finale where characters come together. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll be honest, this is probably my least favorite episode this season, or maybe second to last. It was tough to suspend disbelief in terms of internal logic. I don't think this episode did have a lot of it. I was constantly asking myself questions, like, for example, from the get-go, and let me give you a brief synopsis, and then I can talk about my issues with it. There's this universe where characters from the present, the 21st century, are being pulled into the 17th century, and it is causing rifts that sucks people and kills them, or they disappear. It's kind of like an incursion, not really. And in her infinite wisdom, the Scarlet Witch pulls Peggy from a parallel universe to help Captain Carter Peggy, and to help fix it. One, Scarlet Witch doesn't have that power set. Maybe in this universe she does, but like that was the whole point of a whole movie, that she doesn't have that power set, so she's trying to murder this other little girl that has it. So anyway, she pulls Peggy. Of all people, why Peggy Carter? Like, she's great, but she's just a super soldier. She just a brawler with endurance and super strength and higher speed, but like this is clearly a supernatural magical event. And is that the correct person? Get a Doctor Strange, get another Scarlet Witch. I don't know, get somebody, somebody useful. Get an ancient one. Somebody like that. Like, I don't think Captain Carter was the correct person to pull this. And they made it seem like she purposely chose Captain Carter. Anyway, this is like, there's like this theater. They're doing Hamlet, I believe. And Loki's like an actor. A thespian. And for some reason, like, the Asgard royal family is on Midgard, ruling here in England. Like, it was weird, but in this universe, Hela is the queen, and a rift opens. Hela's sucked up, and like she dies. Thor assumes the throne. Everybody's pretty, like, they're quickly over Hela. It was kind of weird, and they blame Peggy. They're like, "Oh, we pulled you here to help fix this, and you didn't. Clearly, this is your fault that our queen is dead." Peggy's like, "Excuse me." The whole point of this, I think this is like the zombie episode equivalent of this season. The whole point was a lot, or most of our like main popular characters are together in a weird kooky setting, which like a lot we see almost everybody. We see Ant-Man, Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, Bucky Barnes, Happy Hogan. And it was the Hulk version of him, or a Hulk version of him, so we got to see him again, which I loved. But like a bunch of characters with like 17th century costumes. So that was like, that concept was good. I can't say I loved the execution. we're having like that yeah, Peggy's kind of outcast. She runs away. The Watcher offers to pull her back to her own universe, but Peggy refuses. She's like, no, I have to help. Then she goes to Tony Stark, tells him about it. Tony Stark is still an inventor, so he's like, yeah, I can find something that can help, or I can invent something that can help. Turns out the Scarlet Witch's powers tell us that if they are able to send back the first person that came with this, I'm gonna call it an incursion, this incursion event, then they can fix it, but they don't know who it is. Her powers are limited in that regard, so she can't see it. It was really nice to hear Elizabeth Olsen, but I feel like the Scarlet Witch got really wasted. She did no fighting, nothing. She was just like there. I think it was kind of disrespectful to both the Scarlet Witch and Merlin because they kept calling her, or she's credited as Wanda Merlin. Anyway, so Nick Fury like gives this information to Peggy. Peggy goes and tells Tony. Tony's like, "Oh yeah, I can find that. You just have to get me the scepter," which it's technically Loki's scepter from the main timeline, but Hela had it, and then when she died, Thor assumed it. It has a stone in it, probably the time stone. Anyway, but so they need to steal it. So Captain Carter goes to find a band of good-willed thieves. Rogers Hood, which is Steve Rogers being Robin Hood, along with Bucky Barnes and Scott Lang. When they said thief, I thought it was gonna be Scott Lang, but it was curious to see that Captain America was leading that pack. Anyway, they have tender moments between Cap and Peggy. Anyway, there's like a bunch of running around and fighting, and at the end, it all culminates in like this throne room. I think there's another performance going on. Peggy frees the Hulk from like his Hulk has been in a cell, so Peggy frees him. Nice thing that we got to see a Hulk versus Hulk Hogan, Happy Hogan, Purple Hulk fight. That was really nice. A lot of the fight choreography there was great. There's a scene where like Peggy beats up a couple people in a hallway. I was like, oh, are we getting a long hallway fight? But these episodes are too short for that, so unfortunately we didn't. But even that little brief instance was really well animated. Like the animation was gorgeous throughout. The costumes were really cool to see, like these variations on these characters. Anyway, in the end, they put the stone from the scepter into the machine. Turns out the first character was Steve Rogers, because in the fight in Wakanda against Thanos, he accidentally struck the time stone and got sucked back in time. And Peggy's like, no, I can't let you go again. And like there's all this sadness, but we come to see that when they do it, everybody goes back to their time anyway. So like it's not like that was the point. She had an understanding of the situation. She said, like, she used a gum analogy, saying like like the 21st century and 17th century are stuck together, so we need to disentangle it. So she knew that they were gonna all go back, whether she starts with Rogers or Wanda or Thor. So there was some like unnecessary sadness and like a tease of whether like, oh, what if she doesn't do it? But she does it, and everything, like, they all go back. And in the end, Peggy's like stuck in this universe for like, she thinks she's stuck even though like she can basically summon the Watcher at any time. But anyway, she's like in this pub, Misery. Then Doctor Strange Heartless comes, and he's like, oh, I've been looking for you. Clearly there's something in the finale that we're gonna see. Um, Probably with Kahori as well. I don't know. I think this one, while it was like a spectacle and like a visual feast, and the idea was cool, seeing almost all the characters was great. I think the logical inconsistencies uh, were tough for me to get past. Um, so it's probably my least favorite or second to last after that Star Lord episode. And it was kind of a bummer right after my favorite so far, the Hello one, and I was because I knew like things were coming together and we're looking towards maybe a two-part finale. I've been watching these at night usually, but this one I couldn't wait. I just watched it this morning. Uh, it was fun, but I think you just needed to let go of a lot of things to fully enjoy it, and maybe on a second watch I'll like it a lot more. Right now, I think I'm gonna give it like a 5.5 or a 6. Um, yeah, that's where I am. I hope the finale pulls it together. Last season, the finale was amazing. It was phenomenal, and I'm looking forward to it. I love that we got to see a Purple Hulk again, and um, maybe in the finale too. That would be great. Um, yeah, let me know what you thought. Did you like this one? Maybe I'm being too harsh and cynical about it. I don't know. I guess it just didn't work for me this time. Let me know. Let me know. And I'm looking forward to seeing it tomorrow because we have the finale. And then after that, I'll let you know when the big panel is gonna be. Hopefully within a week or so. Yeah, thank you for going over the 8th episode of What If Season 2 with me. I hope to see you in the next one.